Hello students, so welcome to the class. Today we are going to start with a new chapter of our biology, which is how do organisms reproduce. So let us see that what all the things we are going to learn in this chapter. This chapter is quite big. In this chapter we will study about the variation. We are going to study types of reproduction. In that we'll study about asexual. This forms vegetative propagation too. That also we are going to learn in this particular chapter. And then sexual reproduction. In the sexual reproduction, we are going to study about the flowering plants. And then we'll study about the human. In human, about male and females reproductive parts we'll learn in this chapter. So these are few key points which we will study in this chapter. So let us start with the topic and let us see that what is about reproduction and what reproduction says about. So as you can see that in our chapters only it's mentioned that how organisms reproduce, that we have to study. So the very first thing, let's extract out our chapter's name. So let us see that what is it. Organisms means you know that all living beings, means all that thing which is in the living form, which is surviving, which is respiring, which is reproducing, which is doing metabolism activities, which is developing, which is showing growth, all that comes in the category of organisms. Next is reproduce. What itself is saying, produce. Produce means to make or to manufacture. Word means that again. So we are going to study about all living beings, that how they again make individuals like their own kind of. So this is the chapter. So as we know that all living beings, those who all are surviving, eventually they all die off, right? But the species from which they belong, that never dies off, that keeps on going for a longer time, and it survives, it stays in the universe for a long time, generation after generation. So that is the reproduction. Reproduction defines that to produce organism like its own kind. So the way one organism is, he or it produces its own kind of organism which is similar to their species, or which is similar to the characters from the same species. That is to produce organisms like its own. That single word you can synchronize it, that is a reproduce or reproduction. So let us understand few things. For example, a word is there, variation. So what is variation? Wherever reproduction goes on, that means sexual reproduction goes on, variation happens, and this variation is continuous in each and every generation, and as it is continuous in each and every generation, it produces some changes, and this continuous changes after a long time produces another species or another kind of from that same organism. So variation is also responsible for producing another species. This is the variation. Now there is one more thing, that is the heredity transmission. Now let's see that what is this heredity transmission. Heredity transmission. The word says that the heredity characters which a person is having, means his eyes color, hair color, skin color, blood group, that all heredity characters which a person is having, they get transmitted. Transmission means transferred to the next generation. That kind of activity is called as heredity transmission. Now, to do this heredity transmission in all the sexual reproduction organisms is because of DNA, and this DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. This is deoxyribonucleic acid. So this is the word DNA means. Now what happens? This DNA lies on the chromosomes. So these are the chromosomes. On these chromosomes, these DNA lies. Now what happens? These DNAs carry the codings which tells the genetic character of one organism, and when the gametes are transferred and got fused to make the zygote, at that time these DNAs show their characters, and these characters, when they reach to the zygote, when that zygote develops into the embryo, at that time the dominating character expresses itself, and the child's eyes color, skin color, hair color, that appears what it is appearing. So that is the DNA. Now how does it happen? Let us see this also. So this is a double helical structure of the DNA. Okay. Now what happens when this DNA is there to get transmitted at the time of a gamete formation? These DNAs, they do replication. So if this DNA is there, this is going to make its another arm, and this is going to be the replicated part. Now what will happen at the time of replication? There occurs a default. So a default is happened over here. A default, a problem has come to this at the time of replication. Now what will happen when the zygotes will be made, when the gamete is going to get transferred? At that time the original DNA will stay over here, and this replicated part will move to the gamete. At the time of this replication, because of the default, some variations happen in it, and that kind of variation which has happened over here will be transmitted to the offspring. And this is the reason why you see that sometimes, though they all are human beings, you see many faces, so many faces you can see around, right? Mother's father, their zygote, their gamete has fused, but the child is having a different kind of a feature. Maybe a child is there whose mother is very fair, father is normal color, he is the medium intermediate color size, but the child is much black. So what happened over here? That variation has happened over there at the time of a replication by the default process. So that has been transmitted to the offspring. So that kind of a variations which you see in your environment, in your surrounding, in the organism, that happens because of the default form of the DNA when it does its replication. Okay, so now let's see further that what happens in this. So now, as you know that this is called as the heredity transmission, and you know very much now about the variation too. So now let's see further. On the basis of all these things, the reproduction is actually of two types. One is asexual mode of reproduction and the other one is sexual mode of reproduction. In asexual reproduction, only one parent is required, whereas in sexual mode of reproduction, two parents are required. Okay. In asexual reproduction, there is no gamete formation, but in sexual reproduction, gametes are formed. Maybe you are thinking that what is gamete? So let me tell you that also, that what is gamete actually. Gamete is the cell which carries genetic character from one to the other offspring. For example, this is male, this is female. In females, a part is there which is called as ovary. This is one of the reproductive part of female. This ovary releases egg cells, and these egg cells are the gamete of female. Same way, in males, there is a testis. This testis secretes or releases sperm cells, and these sperm cells are the male's gamete. Okay, when further these sperm cell and egg cell will fuse, they will make zygote, and this zygote will further divide and make the embryo, and this embryo will be the offspring or the child which is developing. Okay, so this is the gamete. Now let us see further. So now you know that in asexual one parent is required, sexual two parents. Here in asexual no gamete is formed, here gamete is formed. In asexual reproduction, there is no fertilization, but in sexual reproduction fertilization happens. Fertilization means zygote formation, but here no gamete, no zygote formation. Okay, this asexual happens because of the fragmentation, because of the spore formation, because of the fragmentation, spores, because of the nuclei division. So many kinds are there for the asexual reproduction, but in sexual reproduction only there is the fusion of two gametes of male and female. Okay, so these are some differences between asexual and sexual mode of reproduction. So for this video, this much is enough. Further, we'll see in the next video about the asexual and the sexual mode of reproduction. Thank you.